Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of my new wicso. In this episode, there will be a lot happening, including expansion, wars and civil wars. First things first is, of course, the Baltics. At this point, the Estonian king, he's old and he has a son, and that son, he's extremely expansionist. And when he dies and the son's in control, the people know that this country is about to go rapid. They will rapidly expand, connecting up with lakes and rivers. And you may think they're just going to explore this land, but no, they want to claim it. Down south, we can see the river border between Poland and Estonia, but Estonia will reach the end of this. And at this point, they don't really know where it ends, so they sort of just don't care about it, and they will keep expanding into this cold Russian territory. Why are they expanding into this barren wasteland? We will never know, but it goes very well. As we can see, this country has gone extremely large, and we'll see if they can actually hold on to this land. Down to the Balkans, there will be a lot of stuff happening. We will see French and Majorcan ships set out to, explore more of the Mediterranean, and they'll find Corsica, and they'll also go down the Italian peninsula, sail up here, and they will find the Adriaticans. And the Adriaticans at this point, they're expanding, they're getting stronger, and of course, their enemy, Greece as well. So yeah, the French, they might have to do something about this, but hey, they find Corsica, and they start moving down the coast of Italy. And I kind of just leaked something. Rome. This isn't Rome. What do I call it? What do I call this? I honestly don't know. If you have a name for this country, please put it in the comments. But for now, this is just a sovereign tribe, and the French will, expand into bordering it. The French will also make a landing on Corsica and take the entire island. They're going to move their ships there, and they are going to explore around, and they find a bigger island, and they're like, "Ooh, look at this island." But when they try to land on it, they see that there is the same tribes that are up here on it, and the Romans are beginning to really dislike these tribes. So I didn't mean the Romans, I meant the flipping Dutch, French, green team. Yeah, I'm going schizo. We will see the green team's ships surround Sardinia, and they begin to bombard the island before landing on it and taking the whole thing. And then they begin moving into these tribes. Are these tribes stronger than the green team? No, absolutely not. But I can tell you who is. The barbarians. Remember the barbarians, how they got disbanded? They went somewhere else. And France, I'm just going to call them France. France will figure out where they went. They went to Ireland. For the past many, many years, they've been advancing their technology to a okay standard, and they eventually come back home, and they will begin raiding French land like they were once supposed to, and they'll capture this town, and it's very bloody. And I'll just go ahead and show you the city's map. This is this barbarian tribe who isn't so barbarian anymore. The capital was there, but now the capital is set back to the place it always should have been, in Wales, and this tribe is now not a tribe, a full-on country. But they still have some tribal ideals, so they will expand heavily into England, as all the locals here, they really love this tribe. This tribe is very popular amongst the Britons. And eventually they will have enough courage to invade into all of French England. And the French are they're really annoyed about this. But notice, these two countries, these guys and these guys are the same colour. Does that always mean they're the same? No, but they are the same. Well, they're not the exact same country, but they are the same type of peoples. These peoples, they were very close together, and yeah, they fled down here because, it's quite nice down here. And basically, all the people from the original tribe, they fled wherever they could, and one place was Rome. They'll even push into France. This is just a French fault, and of course they're going to push back in, and unfortunately Rome will not be No, they're not Rome. The barbarian tribes will not be winning this war, and they'll be fully annexed, unfortunately. But up here, the story is very different. The barbarians, or now, shall I call them England or Wales or the UK, they have taken all of the French's claims in their island. But there's one bad thing here. The tribes over here, they believe that they were signing up to a tribal nation, not whatever this union thing is. So they will rebel away in hopes of, getting their tribes back. But these guys don't want that. So they will begin fighting back against this rebellion. And, they start doing pretty well. But then, oh, no, that's really bad. Oh dear. The French have made landings and it's already spelled for this country what's going to happen. They know it, but they will not go down without a fight, as they will push the French back, doing very well in their homeland, and they'll also push these rebellions back to this area over here, probably Grimsby or something. But there will be another place rebelling. Cornwall has rebelled. Cornwall, it's never been a rebellious area, but recently, again, they liked their tribal ideas, but when they got rid of those ideas, they, haven't really they haven't really wanted to be part of their country. And at this point, this English thing will completely collapse over to these rebels, and let's see the peace treaty. This will be the peace treaty. We can see that the northern tribes have been freed and Cornwall is now a nation. Yeah, these islands have changed a lot, and yeah, poor England. Down here, there'll be even more exploration. We will see Greek ships begin crossing over into the Aegean Sea, and they explore a lot of land. Just like that, a lot of these lands have been, discovered, and the Greeks will begin expanding into this. They'll go over to the Istanbul area, but then something happens. A new nation will be formed, consisting of a lot of, the people from these two combined countries, and they are enemies, but the people, well, most of the people are not. And they will combine into this Turkish state. The capital will be placed there. Just like that, the pink Turkish country is up and running, and we'll move over to Adriatica. We will have the Adriaticans sending out a ton of people to just explore. They will go up to this river, but they mustn't go any further. They'll also go up to this river, but again, they mustn't go any further. And they will push down and over, creating this very ugly border. Let me fix that. Like that, Adriatica has also got the same spell as Greece, and they're becoming very big very fast. We will see the red team send people down to explore, and they will connect up with the pink team. This was expected, and these two countries, you might think they're a bit hostile because, the pink team is secretly red team explorers, but no, it's very friendly, and they exchange goods at the border. Over to the Polish, we will see them, expanding like everyone else. And yeah, a lot of Europe is getting claimed and expanded into. And we'll see the Polish just expand down a bit and create these kind of modern day Poland borders, and I'm going to go fix them up. Now Poland's looking something like that. Now over to the Baltic country. Yeah, not Estonia anymore, they're practically all the Baltics, but I'm going to still call them Estonia. They will begin their largest operation yet. This operation is, them trying to expand into all of Russia and south into Ukraine. And this is, it begins to go extremely well. And the king, he's getting a bit old, and he finally thinks that he will be remembered for the rest of history. But then something happens. Oh dear, a massive rebellion has just formed inside of the Polish country, and these are some of the workers who've had enough. They don't want to be forced around anymore, and they will begin their invasion. The main front, which is, this front, surprisingly, will be instantly won by these revolutionaries as they'll push down to this river and hold a stalemate. Also, this river as well, but the Finnish fighting will be extremely hard for the rebellions as these forces are very well trained. There's something about these forces. They were never supposed to be, the most loyal forces. They weren't trained about loyalty. So they'll start their own rebellion. And yeah, they win instantly. Finland has now formed. We will actually see the Baltics, give them independence and not fight them, which is surprising since they really dislike losing their land like any other country. But they will have a good day over here in Latvia, as they will absolutely blitz this province over here, and they'll start blitzing into the mainland of the rebellion. Yeah, it's not really looking too good right now for the Baltics, but it doesn't mean they will not, have some good counteroffensives along the way. But yeah, they begin losing the Latvian front, as the Latvians are simply just outclassing them in every way with technology from. I wonder. I really wonder who sent them this technology. Let's just say practically every other country in the world has better technology than these guys. They're kind of the unks of technology here. But yeah, they just will not be having a good time in this war. They just begin losing every single front. Their mainland is cut off. All of this surrenders. The troops will, join up with the rebellions. And one day they will decide to march on the capital. And yeah, the city will fall. And Estonia is no more. Is all of this country going to be one thing? No. Let's look at the division. Sort of a St. Petersburg country will declare its independence. All of this northern area here will decide. Well, this is probably the best thing they could have done because they would have just been invaded by Finland anyway. They will join up with Finland. This area up here is quite pro-Polish, so it will be joining Poland. Poland. See this sort of bit too north of Belarus, but I'm just going to call northern Belarus form. And this thing will try and stay together, but it will collapse. Yeah, we'll see this split into two, one half here. The other bit is interesting. It doesn't have a major city, so they will go with the bigger of two cities, which is this one, and that is now their capital city. And that is it for the division of Estonia.